Hello, fifth graders. So this week we are working on idioms related to how mighty Kate stopped the train, or hyperboles and exaggerations in general. So we learned in this neck of the woods, or somebody's neck of the woods, which means to be in a particular area or part of a country. Lay it on thick means to exaggerate, to over-embellish, to try to persuade someone that something is better, bigger, or more important than it really is. Here's another idiom having to do with exaggeration. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Here's a mountain. We know mountains are grand. They're really big. They're beautiful. They're kind of, larger than life. Like you just can't imagine a mountain and how it's there. It just doesn't seem real sometimes because it's so great and grand and big. Now, a molehill is little. So here's a mole. They make little mounds of dirt as they dig. So you can see one here in real life. So what does it mean if somebody makes a mountain out of a molehill? Because we know a mountain is big, right? So figuratively, it means to make a big deal out of something that's little, to make a fuss. It's conveying something in a different way by overemphasizing it. We have that prefix over again. So by overemphasizing means to discuss something in a fashion that's beyond what it should be. It's really stressing the importance of something more than is necessary. So it's really making a big deal out of something little. Making a big deal out of something little. Making a big deal out of something when it's really unnecessary is making a mountain out of a molehill. So, sentence, my parents make a mountain out of a molehill when my little sister gets hurt. But when it comes to me, they tell me to shake it off. So maybe if you have a little baby brother or sister, you might have seen this. You may have witnessed this where parents get really upset. They're being like, oh no, pobrecito, my poor little baby. And they make a mountain out of a molehill, or super dramatic about a little baby getting, hurt or sick. But you're the older sibling and it's like, you'll be fine. Just shake it off. Get some rest. So that's kind of an example. Or maybe your parents are very upset about the grades you got and you're like, mom and dad, I can fix it for the rest of this trimester. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Although they probably won't like that. But it's again, making a big deal out of something. We are working on the prefix D, which means down, away, from, reverse. We learned decrease, to become less or go down to a lower level, or to make something go down to a lower level. To deduct means to take away an amount or part from a total, right? To subtract an amount from something. Descend. When the plane began to descend, I felt a knot in my stomach. Okay, so what does that mean if a plane is descending? When the plane began to descend, I felt a knot in my stomach. Or we know D means down, so this means that the plane is going downward. As it maybe is approaching LAX, the airport, it begins to descend. I heard the footsteps as people descended the stairs from the second to first floors. So when people are going down the stairs, they're descending. So what does descend mean? To move from a higher level to a lower level. So something is going in a downward position. We're working on the Latin root frail, fract, frag, which all mean break. Fraction is a very small amount of something, a part of a whole. A fracture is when a bone or hard substance breaks or cracks. Or if a group or country is fractured, this means that this group is divided in an unfriendly way because of disagreement. Fragment, we learned fragment before. You might recall trimester 1, we learned about sentence fragments. This is when a sentence is incomplete, it's not whole, it's missing a subject or it's missing a predicate. Do you remember that, 5th graders? So we learned sentence fragments before. This is a small piece of something that has broken off or that comes from something larger. So here are some fragments of, let's say, pottery or clay. Okay. Sentence, when the clay jar fell, it broke, and there were fragments everywhere. So if something breaks, like let's say a glass breaks, there are little pieces of glass, fragments of glass everywhere, and it's kind of challenging to clean up because there are bits everywhere, fragments everywhere, and you could get a cut. So similarly, a jar or something that's fragile that breaks is going to make fragments of that item all over the place. Okay, so we're learning fract, frail, frag, meaning break, D meaning down, away, from, reverse, and make a mountain out of a molehill.